Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and the deep dive into PsyOps. Now today we're hopefully going to wrap up this particular syndicate type and we're going to make the magician disappear. 3 levels await us. Ambrose, alerted Bangkok, boo, and showdown on Marrakesh, which has already claimed our life twice in this little series. So that's why we're saving it till the end, so we can make a triumphant return and best it once and for all. But before we get there, we do have 2 others to consider. We should probably start with Bangkok. I generally like to start with an alerted when I'm approaching the end game. However, Pacify Guard's concussive explosives is on the list. How many concussives do we have? We do actually have some this time, which is good. This makes a change compared to some of the runs we've done recently. Also, Bangkok is generally replete with fire extinguishers, so shouldn't be too bad. High target bodies, on the other hand, could be difficult. Distract target, never difficult, even with an alerted map. So we'll bring 2 concussive ducks, but we might not even need 1 of them. Might bring a coin just to help us with distractions. And our prestige objectives aren't the greatest things I've ever seen, but collateral firearms is doable for sure. We just bring the Leviathan. We could bring El Matador, but it's pretty noisy, don't you know? And we need to hide bodies. So the Leviathan it is. And I think we've got everything we need. Yes? Yes, we've got everything we need. Let's go to Bangkok. Looks pretty dark out there. Could maybe be the source? Yeah, it's definitely dark. Who are we looking for? Maybe that will help. We're looking for people on the upper floors on both sides. We've got Tigart over there. And we've got Artit over there. So I'm thinking the source for sure. We've got Kong, who is in the cocktail bar. And then we've got Chompinut out front. So a lot of them are indoors. That could be promising for hiding bodies, maybe.
The bed is not properly made. See that it's done right away.
But we will begin by getting ourselves a civilian outfit. That'll certainly help with distractions, if nothing else, because we can just bump someone.
Yes, I am here to make the bed for you.
Oh, you've had to
I'm
make
very
the bed.
sorry about the
Hey there, big
inconvenience.
boy.
Stop flirting with me. You're on duty. Nah, he's about to find that the bed is in fact perfectly made. He's going to do his best anyway, because that's kind of what you do in these situations. Don't worry about your friend. He's off duty. She's going to worry about him anyway. She's going to go and have a look. Okay. You can go off duty as well. So what's the plan? Possibly a waiter down in the cocktail bar there. There's a fire extinguisher. Who else is around? There's a guard there. He's going to notice if we start getting up to shady shit. Maybe. There's a second fire extinguisher though, so that's all the concussors we could possibly require. We're just going to leave that there. Don't you guys worry about that.
Hey, that belongs to you, so bring it with you.
Why would it belong to me? It's a fire extinguisher. And you've just chosen the worst time to walk through, haven't you?
Hey!
Lovely. Okay, that guy knows stuff's blown up, so let's just vacate this little area.
Central, come in.
They'll be fine. Let's go upstairs and see if we can't get into the exhibit. I guess we're allowed? Why wouldn't we be? We are resort staff. We might be allowed into the private sections. But do we need to be in the private sections? There's a security man.
I know you think the market is going to rise. I have a different opinion on that.
That's one of the targets, isn't it?
Look, a manservant.
Are we allowed in here?
You're trespassing. Please turn around, sir.
Okie doke.
That's good, sir. Keep going.
Hey, you don't get the good stuff.
Now,
for free.
where is this guard going to go? Let's get these two to have a conversation. They might vacate that
Talk
room.
about it.
And then if this guard walks back across, it looks like he came from over here. So if he walks back across over here, maybe we
Good day
can
to you, sir.
lure him in.
I'm
guess-
doing it.
Yeah, we're not trespassing in there.
If you love.
Okay, you're a guard, but you drink. That's unusual. It's not an everyday occurrence.
Hashtag the internet lied to me.
Jeff and girlfriend are both leaving. We're also not trespassing in this bit. Yeah, our man has gone over there again. Now, you are just a guy. Can we lure you in here? It's probably a bit far.
Say what?
Okay, now we heard
What
that.
the hell was that?
Here he comes.
Yeah.
There he goes. Now we could become an initiate of the cult. Would that give us access to more places that would help us? There is only one way to find out. Although, do we even need to do that? Because maybe we could just... Yeah, I think we could lure our man into here, because he's a guard, no one else is. Okay. Cool, so that's this guy. Also, there's some lethal pills there. However, if we drag this guy outside, and we lure someone else into here, then we could potentially get collateral firearms out of the way. Where do we want to leave him? Just there? Like so? Who's our lucky contestant?
Do me a favor.
It's her. Okay. Thankfully no one else comes in this room. And that should be collateral firearms dealt with no trouble. And then the one that needs to be hidden can be. That's her. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I'm such an idiot. I should have checked which one I was dragging. God damn it. I'm so dense sometimes. Now we are allowed here. There's a couple of wasters about. Yeah, there's the other one.
Damn, where's the 151 vodka? I need it for my flambéed oysters.
Come on. Just use.
Is anyone upstairs going to notice if this guy falls over? I don't think anyone's going to notice, but can we? Is anyone out there going to notice if we drag our man over here? It's kind of our only option. But if it doesn't work out, we've got a spare outfit in here. Someone almost noticed. But they didn't. Good. We have recovered from my screw-up. I would have felt like such an ass if that had been what cost us. And then we've got no one else up here. So I think we probably go back to resort stuff. Somehow we haven't got distract target, even though we lured our guy in there with a fire extinguisher. So that's kind of unusual. No, are we allowed to sneak across here? Or is this trespass? That's trespass. So we're going to have to go down and work our way back up. Because I'm sure we're allowed on the other side. Because on this version of the level, they're just cleaning up the other side. Because Jordan Cross and his crew have left. So there's a man.
Don't let me get in your way. You look like a
You got in my way.
agenda.
You're still in my way. Why aren't you getting distracted? There we go. Okay, so there's a fridge that would allow us to hide our man. Don't think anyone else will notice if we murk him when he comes back behind here. Barbed wire would be nice, but it's not entirely necessary. We'll just bonk him, crunch him, and then box him. I would prefer him, though, to be slightly further along. You there?
Okay.
See that coin? Bonk. Crunch. Box. Wonderful. And we should be able to just stroll up the other side. I don't think we're going to get frisked.
House staff? Yeah, you're clear.
Good. We're clear. Wasn't expecting an enforcer there, but that's fine. Not worried about cameras. And we're not trespassing. Now, we've got enforcers in here. And our target. And a box. Yeah, everyone go about your business. Where's that guy
that
go?
was mildly annoying.
The old bonk crunch box again. Wonderful. This is going almost too well. But our last target's outdoors. So they could potentially cause a ruckus. Is there a master key card on this level? On this version of this level? Right, so you're not paying attention to us. It'd be over here somewhere, wouldn't it? I don't see one. So maybe not is the answer. Unless I'm on the wrong floor. Yeah, this might be the room we're looking for, but
It's the land
Yeah.
of smiles, don't
there is a key card. Is it necessary? Highly unlikely, given as we're going outside for our last target. They are still outside, yes. Safe. Where's the safe? Supply is upstairs. Safe is downstairs somewhere. Maybe we pop back up and see the supplier while we got the chance, but is our enforcer on the move? She is. Well, she's not going very far. And I do want to deal with these concussed guards before too long because I'm just sick of carrying that around. And this seems like a great spot for it. Good. That's another job done. The banker silence pistol, but it's too pricey. Ducks and syringes. Why not? We've walked all the way back up here. We're not going to leave without buying something.
if you need anything.
Now, can we get down safely? Or have we alarmed people with our... I mean, we've certainly alarmed people with our explosion, because that's what explosions do. Yeah, our enforcer's on the march. But he looks like he's going to a security room. because he's carrying a gun that was dropped by one of these lads. He's our enforcer, just a resort staff. Where's our third and final clue? It's over there, where enforcer was a moment ago. Good. So now we just need to get in the safe without these two noticing. That guy's going to be a bit of a pain, isn't he? Maybe we just give them both a bit of that. And grab our dosh. Fantastic. Where are you going? Target. You are resort staff. Okay.
I'm saying Strandberg is in on it. I mean, several soldiers.
So, it's now a good time to hit you with a seeker. Where are you going, Gardner?
Look, a manservant.
You see manservants all the time. You work here, you idiot. So, she's going there. Cool. Now, which bathroom is she going for? Don't think it matters too much. I think she'll go for the one downstairs in the staff area.
Oh no! Oh my God! Is that what I think it is?
Right, so people have noticed what's gone on in the manager's office. Does that cause us
Sorry,
too
I don't
much
think I know
bother?
you, mister.
We could do with a fresh mopping here.
Okay, we've stumbled across an enforcer. I think that's fine, because we're just going to go in here. Don't think this room is going to be affected too badly by what's going on in the manager's office. If at all. People are going to look for guards and whatnot.
Do we know the identity of the
And yeah, guards are looking around in there, but they're not looking in here. So get in that cupboard. And there we go. We've cracked the safe. We've visited our supplier. There is an angry guard coming our way, but he's going to chill. And we should be okay to just stroll off and call it a perfect run. Sometimes, you know, Bangkok is not the worst thing in the world ever. It'll probably never be my favourite map, but sometimes it's not awful. And our next destination is Ambrose. Again, we're hiding bodies, but now we're also eliminating guards with snipers, and we're destroying cameras. Collateral kill firearms just fits nicely with a sniper rifle anyway, so our kit is largely going to be the same as last time. Going to bring our pistol and our Leviathan, and we'll bring wrench, lockpick, seeker, maybe a coin. That was useful in Bangkok. And we could always bring the Karma. What's the harm? Did we have couriers? We've got 2 couriers. So yeah, let's see if we can't calm the couriers as we go about our business. Okay, here we are, having a good fish. Fish, fish, fish. But enough of that. We have got Siddharth and Lynn and Jayant and Arun to deal with, none of whom require any sort of outfit to get to, probably because they're all in and around the village. But it's also going to be very difficult, I imagine, to hide their bodies. And my keyboard seems to be playing up and we're just running when we shouldn't be running. What a pain in the butt. Or at least keys are acting like they're being held down, when in fact they're merely being pressed. Just playing that man take his pants. And let's see what's going on up here. Okay, we've got a pirate sat on the roof. This guy is not getting hidden, because where's he going to go if we seeker him? Nowhere useful, that's where. He'll either go to the Portaloo down here, where there's nowhere to hide bodies, or he'll go somewhere else that's probably just as stupid. I can't actually think of where else he might go. So let's just follow him and see what happens. Oh, there's another man. Yeah, he's going to go to the Portaloo over here. Cameras though. Definitely want them out of the picture. And yeah, there is nowhere around here where we're successfully hiding this man. Unless perhaps we murk like half the compound. It's an option. Didn't mean to pick up the assault rifle. We're not supposed to have that. Now, throwing people over there isn't conducive to hiding things either. There is up there. There might be a box up there, but would we get seen dragging him across? Maybe. There are enforcers up here. There's definitely one. And let's get a 2-for-1. And they're both out of the picture as well. Nice. Well, they're not in the picture actually, they've been found straight away. But they're not near me right now. So, we dragged a body up here and put it in this box. That could work. But then, oh, come on, Cam. Controls, what are you doing? So we've got two guys. And then there was another one who came down. If we could clear them all out, I might feel better about this. Although, what's that guy doing down there on the beach?
I have nothing to report from my current location.
How are we supposed to hide that man? Possible to reach you from here?
Someone help!
Yes. Immediately found. You haven't compromised me, have you? It says compromised. I don't feel very compromised. Now it says combat, but again, no, these controls are really pissing me off now. Is it just an Ambrose thing? Everything was working fine before. Now, what happened to the guy up here? Seems to have gone. I don't want to draw too much attention to this bridge, because it's kind of close to where we left our body. So let's hide that guy.
I need some help.
Look sharp, jerk off. Son of a...
Again, we're compromised, but I think that's fake compromised. Yeah, we're back to searching.
Nothing in my possession, sir.
Oops. Okay, there's one of our men. We've definitely cleared out this sort of area. Is that good enough? There's a guard over there. Oh, there's a courier.
Hey. I don't believe
Is the courier going to come in here? Maybe. Looks like the other guard is coming in.
Look, man.
I got it. Okay.
And Courier's just sort of standing about.
Holy shit, 47! It's you!
Yeah, Courier's just standing about. Good. Maybe we can lure them in too.
Hey, hey! I know you!
They do appear to be a guard. So I guess we didn't need the karma for this guy. Even so, maybe we don't kill him. Maybe we just box him.
Over here!
And we get our cash. Good. Now, the question is, will you there, guard, notice if this body gets dragged? Kind of worries you will. Will anyone come this way though, if you get shot in the head? Hope not. Will anyone in there see if we drag? Possibly. Hopefully not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Even with these laggy ass keyboard controls right now, we could drag this man away. But someone has noticed that body. Okay. I think what I'm going to just quickly do is come around here and unplug my keyboard and plug it back in again, just on the off chance that that fixes the problems I'm having right now. Might be an OBS thing, could be anything.
I understand. 100%.
Okay.
I knew I could have stayed home safe.
So there's guards roaming. Our target's around there as well.
Hole is around here somewhere. Find him.
No one noticed where that shot came from. Good. This hasn't fixed our keyboard problems at all.
Go and flush him out. It's
Yeah.
time to play a
Mm,
round
piss.
of whack-a-mole.
Anyone going to help me out here, or what?
He's gone. Get ready.
They don't know who they're looking for. High target bodies has gone, but they don't know who they're looking for. This is great.
Come on, man. Don't give me that shit. Just do your fucking job, all right?
Yes, we can live with that.
Come on. Area is clear.
Please advise, over. Quit your goddamn daydreaming. We gotta act on this, man.
Enough already.
Yeah,
Right
these-
fucking now.
Yeah, I want to just get off this level now because of the way my keyboard's playing it. I'm feeling nervous. So let's just quickly ice our targets and then go somewhere else. And see if it was just an Ambrose problem. I don't see any logical reason why it would just be an Ambrose problem. We've still got collateral firearms to do. Right, there goes our target. Bagging and tagging is occurring all over the shop. There's another target. What are you doing up here? You reporting crimes to a guard? Have you run out of guards down below to report to? Where are you even going? Yeah, you are reporting to a guard over there, but dealing with you could be tricky. Yeah, now you're coming back. Now you spot a gun, and you're going back again to find a guard. Okay. Thing is, are you and the guard both going to come back in this direction? Because if you are, or are you going over there to speak to that one again? What are you even doing? I assume you're coming back this way. Maybe bringing a guard with you. No, you're going down there now. Okay. I think I just want to get away from this guard compound. If my controls are going to be all screwy, then I don't want to be in an area that's surrounded by heavily armed guards.
Are you into biochemistry at all?
Get stuffed. We'll just sneak past them and down. There's our target, and there's a guard. It's kind of tricky to collateral this guy, I think.
Hey! I need help! There's a man causing all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, someone is causing trouble. I'm surprised you didn't see who it was. How in the earth is she just searching after that? She saw me clump the guy in the head with a wrench. And now she's just like, huh, I should go and call for help, but I don't know who the criminal is. What the heck? Either way, last target's in the village. Should be perfectly fine for collateral firearms. Yeah, we could stand over here somewhere and probably like hit 3 or 4 people. But it wouldn't be very subtle. And there are armed guards over here. Anyone else going to wander in this direction? Okay, that armed guard is wandering back that way. If she wasn't behind a beam, then we could have hit her and Farah probably at the same time. But we also can't see who's looking at us when we're zoomed in on the scope. Like this guy, for example. So it's probably not the smartest move to do it from over here.
Put that away, will you?
Where's she going now? Upstairs? No. Strolling down here. Potentially we just lure her into here. And then lure someone else into here. She definitely heard that. Okay, but she wasn't the only one. Now, is she and a guard both sort of hanging out over there? They are. So that's collateral firearms dealt with. This is promising. Is there a camera up there anywhere? Doesn't look like it. There might be one further around though. These guards, that one is an enforcer, yeah. I remember that guy. Are we that bothered? Our mouse is working, even if our keyboard isn't. So that's them taken care of. Up here, perhaps? Yeah, there's the telltale green lines of a camera. And that's 3 out of 4. Honestly, I've got no idea how I was supposed to hide all those bodies. So I'm not terribly cut up about missing out on that challenge. I think we did a jolly good job, and now it's time to head to Marrakesh once again. Marrakesh awaits. Destroy surveillance recorder. Don't get caught on camera. Unsilence pistol kill. So for once, we've actually got a kill method included. I think that's because it's one of the non-regular ones. It's not a PSYOPs challenge, it's just one of the ones from the pool of regular everyday challenges. So we can't do melee kill epic, but we can do neutralizer lookout. Our unsilenced pistol will be El Matador, but we'll bring a quiet one, just in case. Forgot about the second courier, didn't I, on Ambrose, but yeah, with the controller being wacky, well, the keyboard being wacky, I didn't want to worry about it too much. But enough of that. Marrakesh. And we just stood. No, we're sat. We are sat after all. Nope, we're stood. Never mind.
Came to her shop at the airport and asked for a fortune teller.
And it's house built on sand because we're talking about fortune tellers already.
No, you don't get it. See, I took my grandmother to a fortune
my
teller
soda
the other
can
day,
now.
and the fortune teller said
And that
a
one.
Frenchman would come to Marrakesh and
So,
ask her for a fortune
neutralize a lookout. Puddle of Death. We'll evade that for now. And we've got a target. Who are we looking for? A smoker sweet tooth is who we're looking for. Hat, tattoo, necklace, no hair. Is it you? Where's your tattoo? Handle. Yeah, you've got a tattoo.
There, mister.
You fit the bill. Chum. Just need you to smoke and eat a chocky bar. Oh, there's a lookout. Essentially, we just shoot the lookout. And then if our target is immediately fleeing the level, we know it's this guy and we shoot him as well. But maybe we don't do that right now. Maybe we just follow this guy for a bit and see if he confirms or denies his identity. He's a foodie. He is not our man. But there was at least one more in this general direction. And there's another lookout, but they appear to be in the back of the shoe shop, so they're not really a problem right now. What are you up to? Reading a book? Nerd. You've got a hat and no hair. And a necklace. And a tattoo. It's probably you. We've already eliminated one person who's got the exact looks. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's you because you've also got the exact looks. Oh, there's a lookout following us. And there's one there as well. That'll be the one who was in the back of the shop, I guess. Someone else is in the shop as well. There's a floating bottle of water here, by the look of it. You're going to have a meeting of some sort. No, you're coming this way. Okay.
All right there.
That one over there is also a hat, no hair. Whereas you are hat, blonde hair, so you can get off the list. You going to give me any clues to work with here, madam? Or are you just going to stroll about? I suppose it at least lets us find some other targets, who we know it's not. There's a lookout. What a pain. And there's a camera. Well, don't go in there. Okay, she's going to have some sort of meeting, I think. Now this looked like a grey hair. So he's off the list. Our target's going upstairs, and there's another lookout. Bloody lookouts everywhere. At least we've got a vendor. So, yeah, the DAC DTI. Is that the one that you can get in Dubai, though? We've not been to Dubai for a while. Let's just buy some other stuff instead. But yeah, that's the point to note, is that the controls I was complaining about non-stop in Ambrose seem to be working just fine here, so it does seem to be an Ambrose only problem for some reason. Why would my keyboard controls just feel stupidly laggy on Ambrose only? How does that make sense? I need to take down my target just because we're about to randomly run into a lookout all the time. Who are you? I think I saw you eating a minute ago. And, oh yeah, you're sneezing, so it's definitely not you. So I'm pretty sure we know our target at this point. How many others have we got? We've got 2 others that it could potentially be. One of whom is eating a chocolate bar, but doesn't have a hat.
Surprisingly good.
You don't have a hat, do you? No, you don't. That leaves shoe shop and carpet shop. Destroy surveillance recorder is probably going to require a bodyguard outfit. So, do we do that first? I'm not terribly worried about don't get caught on camera because there is only going to be one recorder on the map. Because yeah, the embassy is off limits. Bold. But you've got glasses, haven't you? So... what are our goals? Kill target, get bodyguard outfit, destroy cameras. Waiter outfit might also let us destroy the cameras though. Would it allow us up to where our target is? Can we comfortably get a waiter's outfit? Once again, it's time to climb up to the shop over here anyway. It's just generally a good idea to climb up to this shop at some point. And there was a lookout around here, I believe. So this could be a quiet place to take one out without risking trouble. Yeah, I think that's a lookout. In fact, I'm certain that's a lookout. So 3 people up here is more than I would usually like, but I'm willing to give it a go. Where am I? No, lookouts turn to face our direction. Will anyone notice though if we plug him as soon as he comes down the stairs? I feel like that bodyguard might notice. So maybe we just wait for him to go away and then we deal with the other 2. Oops.
Hey, hold up!
Didn't mean to throw 2 bricks at her head. But we should still have time to hide this man before Lookout returns. And there's an outfit. Fantastic. No Shisha Cafe card? Okay. Sad. Shopkeep, what are you doing up here? Did you hear something untoward and now you've come up to investigate? Well, how am I supposed to deal with the lookout if you're here? No, I assume he's gone far enough away that we can go about our business. Oops. There we go. Now, you have gone away, haven't you, Shopkeep? Cool. Progress is being made. Where's our target? Way over there. Not exactly in El Matador sniping sort of range. Do we want to go down the stairs or do we want to go down the way we know to be safe? And do we want to take out the cameras now before our target? The reason I ask is because I don't want to blow my disguise taking out target and then find that we can't get into the Shisha Cafe to deal with the recorder. There is the risk it goes the other way though, that the longer we keep our target alive, the more chance we've got of triggering a lookout. And one could argue, quite well, that the priority is to deal with the target, not the cameras. So I've talked myself out of it. We're going to go and deal with target first. Just focus purely on the mini-map at this point. Lookouts. You don't want lookouts. Whole lot of target going on there.
All right there.
Hey, coming this way, are you, madam? But there's a guard there. Yeah, that pesky guard wasn't around. I suppose we could seek her from here, but it's too late now, probably. Let's bump her a moment, just to slow her down. And then sneak in here. Can we seek her from here without getting into bother? No. She's gone too far. Why is everyone panicking now? What's wrong with you all? I've done nothing wrong. Yet. Well, not in the immediate time span I haven't anyway. I suppose if she goes back upstairs, that would be a good time to take her out, because we're allowed in upstairs places now. That was one of the reasons I went for the bodyguard outfit, wasn't it? Lookout also wants to go upstairs, it seems. But yeah, if she goes upstairs, we can always go the other way. Don't think anyone's really watching.
What is this?
Okay.
Who are you?
She was watching. But that's fine, because we're allowed up here. Lookout is around.
Got it. I'll keep you posted.
Enforcers were around. Propane's around. Target is having a smoker. Hello! So, Lookout's going away. If it wasn't for you, we might be able to deal with it here and now. I guess we could deal with it here and now, couldn't we? Because we could stand about here-ish. Potentially we could just climb in this box. We could shoot her and climb in this box and then job would be good. Okay, no. That guy turned around.
You know where he is. Go get him. Disappeared. Watch your six. Calling command. Do you copy? We got a psycho on premises.
How do you people all know what I look like all of a sudden? This is the kind of problem I was expecting. But, is it the end of the world?
He's here. I'm okay. I'm okay.
How are you okay? It's El Matador. They're not okay. Yeah, lots of people are now not okay. Where did that waiter go? Would have been nice if he'd stayed around. Okay, there's more guards coming up. More combat to be had.
Yeah, I got it.
Which way are they going to come at me?
Flush the punk out.
He's
Yeah, he's here. Now. Oh, it's hostile up here.
Passive on Snake's gone hiding. Echo Alpha, can you see him? Command, I'm under attack!
Okay, what next? That's an assassin.
Get him in your sights and pull that trigger.
Yeah, no worries.
I think we're okay here. It's a hostile area for sure, but no one knows exactly where we are. I think to some extent we are getting away with things. I see the assassin's going to leave the area. Switching outfits probably wasn't a great idea, but if we can get off this roof without dying, then it was probably an okay idea. It might just take a while because of the whole dead bodies everywhere situation. Okay, you're dragging someone away. And the other guy is dragging someone away as well. So yeah, we are absolutely not allowed to be up here. But how far does that extend? If we go down the stairs and we run into a guard coming towards us, are we in trouble? Oops. Oops. Okay, that guy isn't paying enough attention. Are we still hostile? We are. No, we're just trespassing.
Cannot come. That's the way, sir.
Yep, that's the way. Bye. So, problems largely solved. It's just a case of destroy surveillance recorder. Do we have an easy to grab invite around here? Because if we can get an invite and we can change back into our civilian outfit, that would be good. Alternatively, if we can get a waiter's outfit, that would be good. I don't see either of those being an immediate possibility, but I'm pretty sure I know where I can steal a thingamajig, an invite. I'll get the words out eventually. It's just a case of doing it without getting into trouble. So lookout there somehow is not alerted, despite all the chaos we've caused. Yoink. Cool. Where are you going, waiter?
Good for time.
Doesn't matter. We're going to go back and we're going to get our suit back on. I'm thinking the plan is we get in through the front door, we get a waiter's outfit once we're in the Shisha Cafe. That'll allow us access to the back room, which will allow us a chance to do what we need to do. There is the other far riskier option of we blow open the locked door at the back of the cafe with El Matador, and then we just let the heat die down and then sneak in. But that seems like a very silly idea. It's just a case of, are there going to be lookouts in the Shisha Cafe itself? And given as this level seems to be absolutely swarming with the bastards, one would assume the answer is yes. Oh yeah, there's also Courier, but Courier is low on our list of priorities right now. There's a lookout. That waiter is a lookout. Potentially, we Seeker the waiter, who's a lookout, and solve many of our problems in one shot. But that could be difficult.
Really strong.
Getting away with it, like.
I don't think they're gonna let people like us.
There's no other waiters in the vicinity that could be attracted to a sink, is there? No. Alright, hello. And yeah, we've been caught on camera. Okay.
Okay, you can go through.
Thank you. It's bound to happen, but we're in. And by turning off the cameras, we're going to resolve our problems. So, waiter. There's a waiter. Wondering if we could lure him in here, but Seeker would probably do it if we don't get caught. I'm just wondering if we could lure him in anyway. With this bodyguard roaming around, probably not. Oh, piss. Okay, we've alerted another lookout, but we're not heavily compromised by this. So I think that's fine. Maybe that lookout's just going to leave. Hello.
Hey, get a room.
What do you mean, get a room? That seems like you've heard the phrase somewhere and you don't know quite what it means. But anyway, you just turn away, maybe? Go on. I just want you to turn around so you're not facing me. Good. Now, are you going to be the one who comes in? Or are you going to make a guard come?
Okie dokie.
Good man. Okay, in the box. Now we are waiter. Our lookout out here does seem to have disappeared, maybe?
Well, I mean,
Or is he just... No, he's just standing outside. Okay. This door seems to be locked, so that's unfortunate. Is there a key? Coins. Shisha Cafe key. Okay. So in we go. Hello. You just standing? No, you're going...
Hey, Mr. Waiter.
Over there. Interesting. Good. That's a perfect run. However, courier. Where's that other bodyguard? Probably away. Yes, courier. Here comes the other bodyguard, perhaps, who comes into this room. Or does he? Courier might be coming this way, but I've missed the chance, I think. But he does leave as well. So maybe come around here. It looks like there's still a suspect on the map. Yeah, I'm not sure how best to deal with courier. I think the best bet is going to be a cheeky karma shot from in here somewhere. Which might not be a problem if this bodyguard's out of the way. Now, would courier hear this? Maybe not. Other people would. Okay. I assume courier would see us if we just pulled out the camera and pointed it out. Yeah, you get out of there. You're not staff. So, karma. Chameleon. Okay, people are noticing us. Dang, this guy's going to be tricky. What if we karma him from on high? Is that doable? Lots of people down there might notice us. Okay. It's probably time to just leave before I push my luck too far. But maybe, as he comes back this way... Yes. We'll just polish this laptop. Got to get all the hair out of those keys.
I think I have amnesia. It's all blank.
Look out. If it wasn't for lookout, this would be the perfect time to grab me some coins. Yep, there he goes. Thank you. And finally, it's time to go. We've achieved all of our goals somehow. We've navigated a nest of 700 lookouts.
Yes, step it.
We got into a gunfight and came out in one piece. Pretty eventful all round. Pretty eventful day, but that's been Psyops in a nutshell, really. Campaign completed. The little truck of victory. What's our glittering prize? Is it the gold ball or we lost it earlier? No. It's a record. Amazing. And a remote domestic, that's kind of cool, all told. And so here we are again to discuss how good is this syndicate. And I was expecting it to be lower in the rankings than I'm actually going to place it. I've got memories in the past of constantly getting challenges like flash this, concuss that, and constantly running out of freelancer tools. But even when we lost all of our freelance tools due to my stupidity fairly early in the campaign, it's not really been that onerous. So the question then becomes, how much fun have we had? How different has it been to other syndicates? How exciting have our adventures been? And the answer is pretty damn cool all round. It's up there with arms trafficking in terms of interesting things happening, but a lot of it has been time consuming, involved wandering around and pains in the butt. So interesting as Psyops has been, it's not going to claim the top spot, but I am going to put it, for now, in position number 2. So well done, Psyops. You have achieved far more than I expected you to. And you've been a right blast. Join us next week when we will be doing something a bit different before the final deep dive, as we're going to embark on the Germaphobe Challenge. What exactly does that entail? Well, feel free to have a speculate in the comments. And whether you choose to or not, I will hopefully see you next week for that challenge to begin. Until then, thanks very much for watching, friends.